Aloha, boys and girls. It's Miss Farrell, and today we are going to do a nonfiction magazine from our Let's Find Out magazine. And it's about Veterans Day because this week we do not have school on November the 11th because it is Veterans Day, which is a holiday. So we're going to watch a quick video about Veterans Day.
Thank you, veterans. What is a veteran? A veteran is someone who has served in the armed forces. Every U.S. veteran has served in one of the 5 branches of the armed forces: the Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. Each branch has a different job to do. For example, the Army mostly works on land. The Air Force works in the sky. People in the Air Force fly planes and helicopters. People in the Navy, the Marines, and the Coast Guard all spend a lot of time at sea. But they can have other jobs too. For example, some people in the Navy fly jets. The branches are separate, but they often work together. They might work as a team to rescue someone who is hurt at sea. The President of the United States is in charge of all the branches. Under the Constitution, the President is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. On November 11th, we celebrate Veterans Day. We honor men and women who have served in the armed forces. We honor veterans because they trained hard to do their jobs. Some were medics and helped people who were hurt. Some drove tanks. And some people even worked on submarines. All of them were brave. You might know a veteran. Maybe someone in your family or in your neighborhood is a veteran. We can say thank you to veterans every day of the year. But Veterans Day is an especially great time to do it. Thank you, veterans.
What is a veteran? Talk about it. See you soon.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what a veteran is, okay? So veterans are people who worked in the armed forces. Remember, there were 5 different branches. They keep us safe and were very brave. How were veterans brave? That's a question mark. So it's asking a question. How are veterans brave? Let's look. They worked hard to be strong. That is brave. And this little thing right here looks like a line with a stick. That's called an exclamation point. So we say it very excited. So when I say that is brave, I'm going to say it excited. I'm going to say that is brave. So whenever you see me pointing to the blue sentence, I want you to say that with me. So she's brave because she does push-ups. Let's look at this next one. They learn to do new things. Ready? Say it with me. That is brave. He jumps from a plane. Let's check it out. That was pretty brave. Do you think you would be brave enough to jump out of a plane? So let's look at our next one. Ready? Sometimes they worked far from home. Say it with me. That is brave. And she says goodbye for now, because if she's working far away, she has to say goodbye for a little bit. So that is very brave. Okay, and let's look at this last box. It says, they keep us safe and free. That is brave. And there's a question, but we're going to hold off on that question. I'm going to ask you at the very end. Okay, so did you know that dogs can be veterans too? This is a dog, and it says dogs have helped people in the armed forces. And then it says, can you finish this rhyme? We thank these dogs for the help they gave. We thank these dogs for being, what do you think? What rhymes with gave? Brave. If you said brave, you got it right. And look, this dog's in an airplane. I wonder what he's going to do. So this is a working dog. This diagram shows the gear of a dog that serves in the armed forces. And a diagram just shows a picture and it tells you about everything in the picture. So let's see. First of all, this jacket, the yellow jacket, cools the dog down. The goggles keep its eyes safe. So there's goggles that keep the eyes safe. The yellow jacket cools it down. It wears this jacket when it jumps out of planes. I didn't know dogs could jump out of planes. And then look, it gets this toy for doing a good job. So you're going to see this on your seesaw, and I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're going to circle the picture that matches the question. Are you ready? So number 1, what keeps the dog's eyes safe? Do you think it's the toy, the yellow jacket, or the goggles? Number 2, what cools the dog down? Is it the toy, the yellow jacket, or the goggles? And number 3, what does the dog get for doing a good job? Is it the toy, the yellow jacket, or the goggles? Now let's go back to that question mark that I was showing you. So this is a question mark, and a question mark wants to know something. So here's what I want to know. What do you think it means to be brave? I want you to tell me, and tell Miss Hester. Tell about a time when you were brave. So last week we talked about a time and a place. When you're telling us a story, we want to know about what age were you? Were you 2? Were you 3? Was it last week? And a place. Where were you at when you were being brave? So maybe you are brave because you sleep at night with the lights all the way off. That's being brave. So I can't wait, and I know Miss Hester can't wait to hear about a time and a place that you were brave. And remember, we don't have school on November 11th because of Veterans Day. So if you know any veterans, make sure to tell them thank you. You can even make them a card. And we can always tell veterans thank you on any day, but on November 11th, we want to make sure that if we know any veterans, we say thank you. That's all for today, friends. Goodbye.